Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Well, I have received some uh, complaints because of the volume of my voice in I don't know all or some of the previous videos. And well, I'm going to apologize. Most of those videos I recorded at 4 or 5 a.m. and I am in a tiny apartment in Bogota, in Colombia, and neighbors can I can listen them, they can listen me. So I'm not that kind of guy. It's like I don't care. I you know I'm from different generation. I still respect people. But now it's almost 6 p.m. It's Friday, so I can speak louder. There's a lot of people outside. So I want to do the rare movies chapter 7. I want to do it now because maybe in the next days I won't have the chance to do more. Probably I will need a couple of those. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for criticizing me, complaining, uh, invalidating me, whatever. Do it, please. This is the idea. The idea is to share things, share mistakes, whatever. Okay, before I want to start, I want to promote my super t-shirt, Stop Bullying. This is from a foundation, the Los Angeles Public Library Foundation, there in Reseda. So let's promote this. Okay, and now I'm gonna start with the movies. Today I'm gonna start with a super classic. I mean, it's a very well-known movie, and everyone mentions this movie in other movies, in series. When you are studying filmmaking in the university, um, Hollywood, whatever, they talk about this movie. I know it's super famous, but it's still some people don't know about it, and they just listen about the movie, but they don't really like know about it. So that's why I want to include in this list the classical of the classical, the classic of the classics, Casablanca. This is the deluxe version. Actually, this is broken. I need to buy uh, the Blu-ray or a new DVD because it didn't work anymore. Probably it's one of the first that I bought. And the other one shows Humphrey Bogart. This one shows Ingrid Bergman because it's two disc deluxe edition. And well, it was around 1940, 1940, 1942. Supposed to be uh, mm, happened in Casablanca, the city in Morocco, uh, while or around the Second World War. And it's romantic, it's war, it's thriller, spectacular performance from Humphrey um, Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. Who, Ingrid Bergman is other level, the Swedish actress, and it has many. It has political things. It has thriller, action, drama, many classic quotes in films and in life. Um, the song. It's the melody of the movie is also beautiful. Time goes by, yeah, and the different quotes and the different things that that happen in the movie, we're going to remember forever and ever. So, for the new generation, if you want to study filmmaking or something related with that, you should see this movie. At least this one. I know the new generation said about silent films and black and white films, they're bored. But these and some others, especially silent movies. I don't have silent films in DVDs, but there are many of those that are very beautiful, like Nosferatu, for example, that was mentioned earlier. So I highly recommend this one. Okay. Now I'm going to continue with a horror uh, movie, which this is rare. We return to the with the real rare movies, and this one is really rare. First of all, because it's difficult to find. I haven't seen it in Hulu or Amazon Prime or Netflix anywhere. In the internet, it's very hard to find. But if you had the chance to see this movie, see it because it's also a movie to understand filmmaking and how a movie. This movie cost $30,000. $30,000 to be made, and the box office was more or less $300 million. Yes, $300 million. Yes. So this is the case of the Blair Witch Project, also known as BWP. You know, it's one of the. It's not the first one showing the technique of found footage technique, because I remember I don't know the first one. One of those was Holocaust Cannibal, which is a horrible movie to watch. I don't recommend that movie. It's nasty and really is unnecessary to see it. But this one didn't have to show that violence, like for example those other movies show. This is simple. Well, I don't want to be a spoiler, really. You should see it, and if you don't know nothing about this movie, don't read, don't ask, don't spoil it. Just go and see it. Go and see it. You know already that it's a found footage movie. You know that it's supposed to be that they found this footage, this film, and now they're showing to us. It's supposed to be a real story. So Lost in the Forest. Yeah, it's super creepy. See it at night, alone or with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're gonna enjoy it. After you see the movie, it's not gonna be creepy anymore. You know, like other real psychological horror movies. This is more like just one time. The second time, it's like whatever, but it's really rare. Okay, good. Let's continue, and we return back to the musical. The musical in this case, musicals in this case, a concert. Really, really rare. Another unknown underground punk band from Spain. I think they're from Madrid. I think they're from Madrid. If any Spaniards look in this video, please correct me. Um, and really, really, really unknown. I mean, I think besides Spain, maybe some countries in South America because of the Spanish, but the rest is very unknown band, similar to Mano Negra, the French group, which is little more famous than this one. This is called Ilegales, and this is another really, really, really rare movie. In this case, a rare concert. Is the concert of this band, which is not a very popular band, similar to 10,000 Maniacs, the band from New York. These are underground bands that we don't know, but the music is really good. This is punk, some rock, uh, really good. The lyrics are funny, uh, and well, if you know about the group or if you know Spaniard rock, you should you just listen and see. This one is called Illegales. 20 years, 20 years where is hits, or 20 years concert. I don't know how you could find this because this is really, really rare. really rare. Actually, the concert is filmed in a very, still with those eight video eight cameras. Really, really um, grassroots. Nothing fancy. So hard to find, but I highly recommend. You can see it better now. They're illegales. Okay, good. We're going to continue, and now we go with another rare movie. And this movie, well, it's famous because it's Champagne, Benicio del Toro again. Now I confirmed that Benicio del Toro was in traffic. Sorry, in my other video I was a little lost. It's Benicio del Toro, who is, excuse me, who is an excellent actor, American, but with obviously with Latin roots, and Benicio del Toro and Naomi Watts, who was in The Impossible and in Champagne. Well, they are in this unusual movie, a rare movie called 21 Grams. Do you remember a movie called Memento? Sadly, I don't have that movie. I think I have it only as a file. Jesus Christ, Memento is the best psychological thriller I ever seen. This is the second one. It's a mix of stories, non-linear, which is Memento. Memento is the mother of those movies. And this is kind of that. It's a drama, probably not good for little children. It's more for adults. But I hope that you can see it. It's rare. It's rare, and it's strange that coming from Champagne, who is, you know, maybe not now, but for a while he was like the top notch of Hollywood. But now he's a little quiet. But anyways, in his filmography, this is probably one of the less known movies from Champagne. So if you can see it, maybe it's in Hulu. So if you can check it, or Amazon Prime, 21 Grams is a great movie. Okay, you have to see it two or three times, like Memento, which is another great movie that you have to see it three or four times to understand it. Okay, cool. We're going to continue, and now we go from US to Japan. To Japan, but Japan from the past. This is a movie. This is a movie that was made many years ago. The name of the movie is Rashomon. Let me show you there. Rashomon. Rashomon. And this movie was very famous in Japan, and some people know the movie in the States. And some people everywhere, they remember the movie, they know. But obviously, new generations, they don't know. First of all, it's Japanese, and secondly, it's a movie from a long time ago, black and white. I think it's from the 50s or maybe before. But the thing is that is also it is also strange to see that this movie is also uh, the three stories of the stories of the movie is told from three different points of view. So that is gets the attention of the public. Like um, how in that time um they could create a movie like this one. You know, so I'm looking and checking, and yes, it says that it is in Netflix. It is in Netflix, which is really rare. But Rashomon is exactly from 1950, and obviously was directed by Akira Kurosawa, who is the master of the masters in filmmaking in Japan. And as I said, it's really strange how how this movie um, tell a story from three different points of view. I don't want to spoil it because I am checking here and I see that probably you can find it in Netflix, which is really rare, but maybe yes, you can find it there. And if not, you can find it probably in YouTube Premium. I highly recommend. It's really unusual. It's really unusual. There are many Japanese movies that call our attention old and new, but this one in particular is really unusual for its time. 1950. Okay, Rashomon. Okay, let's continue. Now we go back to United States. Now with a musical. This is a musical. This is a movie, but it's a musical at the same time. From the great singer disappeared, Prince. In that time, he was with his group at the Revolution in the 80s. Later on, he decided to start working by himself. But this movie was extraordinary, and I didn't know. Just the other day I learned that Purple Rain, which is the name of the movie, and the album, I had also the album, uh, they beat Michael Jackson. Thriller or Bad, I'm not sure which one. They beat Madonna, they beat Hugh Lewis and the News, they beat Michael Jackson, they beat all these guys, and they got many awards. It's hard to find. I have to, excuse me, I have to see. This this is the original one, but it says there Purple Rain. Probably there you go. Maybe there. No, maybe there. Purple Rain. You see under my name, Purple Rain, Warner Brothers. Is the original. In fact, the the soundtrack has a better presentation. It looks just like a like a pirate, but look there. It looks better there. Yeah. So Purple Rain is this movie, and even though it was very famous, uh, now not anyone knows about it. The new generation maybe don't know. The music is super cool. It's rare for its time. Still, some people consider it weird, but gave us a lot of classics. For example, When Doves Cry. When Doves Cry now is a classic. Let's Go Crazy. Um, Purple Rain, Purple Rain itself. And well, I love the whole soundtrack, but those are especially When Doves Cry is the most famous, excuse me, most famous song from the soundtrack. I also remember that one, Prince sang with Apollonia Quintero, Apollonia the actress, which was "Take Me with You." That's another famous song, and it's a story of Prince. It's a story of how he became a star in the beginning, and how he suffers, the bullying of even from the people with from some weird songs. So the way it was made is super cool. And Purple Rain was very famous. Sadly, with the time, we only remember Madonna and Michael Jackson. We forgot about Prince. So if you're a fan, if you want alternative, watch Purple Rain. There you go, Purple Rain, and I'm sure that you can find it in Netflix or in Hulu because it was very famous. Okay, still we have time for one. I know that these last videos I have talked a little bit more, and I'm going to continue with a rare movie. This movie is like a cult classic because when you are with your friends talking about movies, you talk about Memento, you talk about The Notebook. The Notebook is famous, but it's like the substitute for Titanic. Memento is the substitute for the Matrix. So in this case, this is the situation with this one. It's like when you are with your friends in the bar drinking a beer, and you're talking about movies. Hey, have you seen that movie? No, I don't know. I never heard about it. And this is one of those. It was famous, but not that famous. And really, I saw this movie because I was with my friends talking about movies, and somebody came, a girl actually came. Have you seen Dragonfly? I said, what is that? And it's a beautiful. beautiful movie that deals. Some people say it's a horror movie. I can say for me it's a love story. It's like Ghost. Remember Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore? It's like that, but more psychological. More psychological. Dragonfly. It's about a doctor who lost his wife in Venezuela. I'm not gonna say anything else. And what happens after that? So the journey of a man looking for what really happened with his wife. It's Dragonfly story. It's a bit scary, but really, if you're a romantic person, you're gonna love it. And I know that it's hard to find. Another rare movie, hard to find. I don't know if you can check in some of the movie sites that we have these days. Okay, Dragonfly, a love story. And I know that today I'm talking too much, but I'm going to take advantage that I can speak louder because it's 6 p.m. And I'm gonna start with it. I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna I'm gonna end with the last one with no case because then I have some with cases. I have few maybe in the next chapter when I finish. And this is another musical. Obviously, you see. Well, if you're a fan, you know what is this. You know what is the movie. You know. In this moment, you're thinking, "Ah, I know the movie." But if you're not a fan, you have no idea. This is rare. This is rare, and it's a musical journey. It's a musical documentary. It's a musical movie, probably one of the best in history. But my my relative, my family, especially my, my uncle, my uncles, when and aunties, when they were in that time, this movie was released in 1982 or 19, yes, 1981, 1982, and they say that when they went to the movie theater and at the mid time of the movie, in the middle of the movie, they left because they was, what the hell is this? The music is extraordinary, but you have to be very patient with the images and the documentary itself. It's Pink Floyd's The Wall, the famous The Wall, which is a famous album where we have the classic Another Brick in the Wall. Hey, teacher, leave the kids alone. That song comes from an album called The Wall, and that album has a movie. Really rare, really rare. It's weird. It is weird, yes. The animated parts of the movie, they are beautiful. Actually, that's why these drawings are come they come from the animated parts. Controversial, I don't know, weird, but now you see the movie and it's a kind of it's part of history. And well, you know, Pink Floyd is Pink Floyd. It's a group that broke a lot of rules, you know, totally opposite to the Beatles. I love the Beatles and I respect them, but obviously the Beatles was more fame and commercial, and Pink Floyd was underground and psychedelic. But anyways, Pink Floyd is famous. And if you are a fan or if you're not a fan, you should see this movie like a musical documentary and have a lot of patience because it is for no, it's not for everyone. Okay, so with this musical documentary called The Wall, Pink Floyd's The Wall, I leave you for today. I hope you enjoyed these movies where we checked today, and I hope to see you in the next chapter that I think is going to be the last one because I have few movies left. Okay, see you. Have an excellent weekend, and remember, stop bullying, and see you in the next chapter.